TikTok is setting some pretty big goals, aiming to more than quadruple its global e-commerce business to as much as $20 billion, according to a Bloomberg report. Here with how it plans to hit that target is Yahoo Finance tech reporter Dan Howley. So, Dan, how are they going to hit this very high bar they're setting here?
Yeah, Rochelle, they're basically leaning into this at a time when general ad sales around the world are slowing or slowed because of the overall market turmoil that has kind of roiled the digital ad space. So this is kind of an answer to that, or has been in the works for a while, and is coming at a time, at least hopefully for TikTok in the U.S., when the ad market is still continuing to struggle a bit. Now, where they're going to be, or how they're going to be doing this, is by just expanding the presence of shopping on TikTok. It's available in other countries. Southeast Asia is one of the bigger regions where they have availability for this kind of purchasing feature. And sure, you can buy through ads right now. If you see something that you like, you can tap on the product, and then it'll take you to an outside browser. But in this, you're going to be able to, or are able to, actually buy and continue the entire purchase flow through TikTok. And that means that it's an easier experience. It also means that TikTok gets a little bit of a slice of that. And so what they're going to try to do, or hoping to do, is expand that into the U.S. Now, they did have it in the U.K. They pulled back on that a bit, but they are seeing success, as I said, in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, areas along those lines, Indonesia. And essentially, this is something that you can already do on Instagram. You can do different types of purchasing and live streams through Amazon. They have that as well. It's really big through Alibaba's platforms. And so what this is kind of an answer to that, and it provides another avenue for revenue. And so whether or not we'll get it in the U.S., it was in testing back in November and February. There was a report from TechCrunch on how it was also in testing. And there are some sites that or accounts that you can actually shop from. PacSun is one of them. I was just trying it out, and you can go through the entire purchase flow. But others, if you check Nike, you check Apple, things like that, you're not going to be able to purchase anything quite yet. And so they still have to expand to other brands. They still have to see how it's going to go. It also comes, obviously, as at a time when there's huge scrutiny on TikTok about whether or not it should be banned in the U.S., but attempts to ban it, attempts to fight those bans. So, it's not exactly the best time for them, but this could be an avenue for them to generate more revenue. And look, there's all this, the hemming and hawing about banning TikTok. It doesn't seem very likely that it's going to happen, though.
I mean, and when you think of TikTok and you think of how popular live streaming e-commerce is in China, I'm surprised they didn't tap into this early. But as you mentioned, you can either buy directly through some brands or through some of these live stream shopping platforms as well. Do you think the fact that then incorporating people's financial information into shopping, is that just really asking for more trouble from regulators then? Oh,
I mean, yeah, for sure. You're going to get plenty of pushback on this. When Facebook was integrating that kind of capability, I mean, they also talked about their own cryptocurrency, and that kind of went the way of the dinosaur as well. But, the fact that Meta, Facebook, they have those capabilities, it's something that is often brought up with regulators when it comes to privacy concerns. And so, sure, you have TikTok constantly being questioned as to whether or not it's turning information about Americans over to the Chinese government. You have ByteDance saying that that's never happened. You have TikTok saying that that's never happened. TikTok saying it's its own entity, essentially, although they do answer it to ByteDance. And there is that law in China where if the government wants to, it can say, give us that information, and you have to turn it over. So that's the general fear. And so if they do have Americans' payment information, their credit card information, their address, things along those lines, well, then that is something more that politicians and regulators would probably scrutinize even further. And it'll become another talking point as to trying to ban the app in the U.S. But again, as I said, maybe they can regulate that. But according to scholars that I've spoken to, the chances of it being banned are very slim, specifically because of the potential First Amendment violations that would go along with that.
Indeed. Well, appreciate you breaking all that down for us, our very own Dan Howley. Thanks so much.